Okay, and we're back. So we were having some technical difficulties before. So we left off where Jonathan, Mr. Perez Galvan, was telling us about the content. And we were able to get some content about what he does. So for those of you who are living under a tree, Dios te libre, and good luck. It happens. That means the pandemic sucks for you, especially.
Damn.
And for anybody else who are experiencing secondary symptoms of God knows what. So, here's one of the things that Jonathan does, which is very, very interesting to say the least. I was just like, really? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay, downloads. Oof. Hold on. All right. So, yeah, the video is very interesting because why did you choose a weird looking hand? Before I'm gonna give some context. It's like a hand or whatever it is or isn't playing piano.
It, I forgot what video it was for a second. So I was like, "What are you talking about? ¿Cuál pedazo de jamón? What are you?" I was like,
He's like,
I
"Eh,
was about I
what
was
is-"
about to address the public and be like, "Clearly, she's lost her mind, and we need help." Um,
Thanks very much for your support.
so because that thing freaked me out because I remember that one in particular because it was like 3 in the morning and I'm tired. I'm dead tired. I was like, I just want
Mhm.
to go to sleep, but I can't sleep because my mind's still kind of running. So I'm
Right.
scrolling and I'm scrolling, and I saw that as I'm scrolling past, and I'm like, I did not just see a ham playing a piano. So I had to go back to it, and there's just this slab of meat playing a piano, and it freaked me out. And I was like,
So
I gotta do something with this. I gotta talk about it. And so that was the inspiration for that one, was just weird middle of the night insomnia and the fact that somebody's playing with their food.
it looks like a deranged version of it from the Adams family. But here we go. Enjoy everybody. This is one of them. This is celebrating you moving in,
Hola, buenas
a
tardes.
completely different.
No, I'm not going to be coming to the housewarming party later because that's for when you're breaking in a home for the first time. And clearly, this place has already been broken in by something. So, no gracias. Pero listen, Representative Latinos Against Spooky Shit. And I got to tell you, es la primera vez. It's the first time that I see el espíritu de Michael Jackson haunting a home. I don't know what you did, but probably should never do that again if you pissed off the king of pop. So, Pero my recommendation, you're going to leave little rhinestones out. Hopefully he follows them and leaves. Pero si no, you're going to hee hee right on out of there. Go find a new place to live, maybe in a new town. No sé. For the guy that helped him move in, you did a good job as a friend. You helped him move in. Now they can find other friends to help him move out. These are no longer your friends. You find better friends, okay? Bueno, put a little Vicks under your nose, drink that Gatorade, rub the egg. Dios los bendiga. Bio for merch.
So that's video number one.
Hmm.
And the video that we were talking about, which again was absolutely hilarious, was this one. So just to get a little context on about what he's talking about. So here you go. Enjoy, everybody. There you go.
Fucking creeps me out. Hola, buenas tardes. No, I don't want to shake Robert's limb. But listen, Representative Latinos Against Spooky Shit. And at first, I saw this and I thought it was one of those perritos, one of those little dogs that like your family has that's like blind in both eyes. It's missing fur. It can't walk anymore. And it's just surviving day to day, hoping for the best. I was like, oh, que bonito. How cute. Like, it's like ancient. And then I saw no features whatsoever. And I was like, oh, that's carne asada, which is weird because I've never been afraid of something that I want to eat at the same time. Very conflicted. So my recommendation: get some tortillas. Go ahead and grill that bad boy up. We're gonna make some tacos. We're gonna put a little Vaseline under our nose so that we don't smell the sin coming off of that slab of meat, and call it a day. So Dios los bendiga. Best of luck, and check my comments. Yeah.
So yeah, Carne asada, huh? That's a good one.
Listen, there's you know, as Latinos, Latinas, Latins, there's not a lot of things that we won't actively try to eat. So I don't care if I'm scared of it. I'll try to eat it in some way, shape, or form. That's what Tabasco and Cholula's for.
Tabasco y churrasco. Okay. So, where did it come, the whole thing to apply Vicks on everything, which is hilarious, by the way.
Because mi abuela, Dios la bendiga, my grandma, Vicks for whatever you got going on. There wasn't a single time that I can remember in my life that I mentioned that I felt sick and she didn't give me Vicks for it. Whether it was me enfermé de la tos, tengo un aire, me duele el codo, me duele la espalda, me duele la cabeza, ay, que me rompieron el corazón, me corté, whatever you got, grandma's got Vicks for it. Like that was my abuela.
Wow.
So I figure if Vicks can work for a broken heart, if it can work for a migraine, if it can work for a stab wound, it's got to work for los spookies, right? So that's where it came from.
No, but to be honest with you, it's the same thing with Dominicans. We're like
Okay.
that. Mira, te pica el cráneo, ponte un poco de Vicks. Tiene una espinilla vinito, ponte un poco,
Ponte Vicks.
ponte Vicks. Si
Yep, yep.
tiene, I'm sorry to say this, si tiene hongo en los pies, ponte Vicks.
Pero es verdad, para todo Vicks.
I'm
Like,
telling
like,
you.
you know,
I
o
was
también en el
dying when
té.
that low key happened. I was like, no, that's too much. That's
Vicks.
just too much. I cannot.
Vicks for everything.
And
You
I
know,
used to like look at my grandmother like, really, abuela? She's like, yeah, eso no es nada. Sí,
pero,
como no.
pero, ¿sabe lo peor? The worst part is that it would help. That's what made me mad, was that it shouldn't have fixed it, but it did. And that's why I was like, ¿sabes qué? Vicks cura todo. Vicks works for everything. Um, you know, we would take it in a spoon and melt it in our tea, like si tenías dolor de garganta. She would, yeah, just random things like that, and it would work. That's what made me so mad about it. Like she, like, you know. And here's the thing too. No sé si otra gente que vea esto can relate to it. You never got Vicks. You never went and bought Vicks. You just always had Vicks, and there was always a giant
Exactly.
tub of it that you
It just
had in your
happens to
family.
work at the
It
time.
just happened to, yeah, yeah, yeah. And your family just has this Vicks that they've handed down for like 3 generations, and it never empties. No matter how much you use, it's still full. It's crazy.
No es verdad. Tienes razón. Um, but then the fabuloso, that cracked me up. I was like, fabuloso is my guy. Serious with the fabuloso.
Porque la estaba pensando, and I was like, what other Hispanic things like do we use? Like, what's something that, regardless if you're Mexican, Guatemalan, Ecuadorian, Dominican Republican, what's something that like every household has? And then I thought, fabuloso. Everybody uses fabuloso, whether we know it or not, for whatever reason. I think it's the name que nos atrae porque es fabuloso. We use it. And so I started implementing fabuloso in my comedy. More than anything, I'm looking at things that todos los Latinos tenemos en común, things that we have in common.
Sure.
You know, fabuloso, o que tu abuela te pega with la chancla, or que te pega con la cuchara de madera, you know, when she's cooking.
Oh my God, don't even remind me.
That's what I'm saying. You know, every now and again, I hear somebody like mixing a salad bowl, and I hear that wooden spoon hit, and I cringe. Like, I think my abuela's going to come out of the woods and hit me. Like, it's one of those things where we've all experienced it. And so, you know, I'm tapping into that generational trauma that we all have.
No, pero yo creo que I'm gonna say it in Spanish. I'm gonna go deep in Spanish. Eh, hay una cosa que a los latinos no les gusta hablar y eso es trama de generaciones.
Yeah.
Y no sé por qué, si eso es el cuco, si eso es la llorona, si eso es algo tan tabú que no sé. Y yo no sé por qué la gente tiene miedo de exponer de ser sensible. Like, todo el mundo llora. Of course we all do. Pero ¿tú crees que yo voy a llorar delante de ti? No, jamás en la vida.
No.
Yo soy un macho fuerte, yo soy una hembra fuerte.
Y creo que también por eso, pero es más de eso. Porque yo tuve esta conversación con mi familia, actually, no hace mucho tiempo. Los traumas, y más los traumas de ese estilo, de ese tipo, parte de la razón por la cual no hablamos de eso es, no sé si se han dado cuenta de esto, pero la familia es lo más importante, right? Y nunca puedes
Sí.
poner la familia en mal.
No,
Nunca pones la
jamás.
familia en mal, jamás.
Jamás.
No importa lo que
Mm-mm.
pase, no importa los problemas, no importa la situación, nunca pones la familia en mal. So, aceptando que hay traumas generacionales, es aceptando que hay cosas que nos hacen que no somos perfectos y nos
Ujú.
pone en mal, aunque sea nomás entre nosotros,
Claro.
pero esa es parte de la razón por la cual no vemos esos traumas y por qué no hacemos nada al respecto. En mi opinión, por lo menos. Um,
Ujú.
like, apenas el otro día estaba hablando con mi familia y yo tenía unos juguetes de Power Rangers del
Mm,
1993, porque para mí
claro.
Power Rangers era lo máximo, I loved them, era lo que yo
Yeah, of
crecí
course.
viendo, pero esos juguetes se quedaron en México cuando nosotros nos vinimos para
Oh.
acá. Y
Mm.
tomen en cuenta, yo me vine de México a los 5 años, a los 4 años, perdón. So me vine
Oh.
nene, me vine bebé. Y apenas el otro día estamos hablando de eso. Y en la casa en donde se quedaron, se los robaron, según eso me dijo mi familia. Oh, se robaron los juguetes, se robaron un montón de cosas, ya no existen. Pero luego me di cuenta que a lo mejor no se los robaron. So yo me enojé con mi familia porque les dije, ustedes no entienden que esto es lo único que yo tengo de mi juventud, de mi niñez. Like, that's all I got. You guys se
Of
vinieron ya de
course.
adultos, vivieron una vida entera. So, like,
Claro.
there's a little part of my inner child, de mi niño, de que, like, I'm never going to be able to heal. And you guys are withholding this from me. And it might not seem like a big deal, and it's not. But lo mismo
Ujú.
es, that's all I've got going on. So there's these things that, like, mentiras. Algo que me cae que mal, y no sé si ustedes lo hacen. Mienten por cosas chiquitas. Like the
Oh,
dumbest.
sí. La mentira piadosa.
Yeah, pero son cosas tan insignificantes que me
Sí.
caen mal. Por ejemplo, mi mamá, mi abuela, Dios la bendiga, se
Mm.
cayó el otro día. Se cayó, no se
Oh,
lastimó,
wow.
gracias a Dios, pero ya está, mayor. So sí le dolió. Y una de mis tías habló y me dice, ay, ¿cómo están todos? No le digas que me caí, dile que estoy bien. Pero mami, es tu hija, ¿por qué no le vas a decir que te lastimaste? No, porque se va a preocupar. Ok, no, todos estamos bien, bla, bla, bla.
Ujú.
O qué pasó el otro día también. O que ahí estaba yo y mi abuela a un lado, y le llamaron al celular de mi abuelo, agarró el teléfono y me dijo, toma, diles que no estoy. Dijo, pero papi, si es tu primo, si, habla con él. No, no quiero, no estoy. Dile que me fui. I was like, why won't you just talk to people? Like, why,
No sé.
they're calling you on your phone for you, dude. So, son cositas así, pero las traumas de
Sí,
generación.
tú ves, mira, eso era aplicable cuando uno tenía el teléfono
Cuando tenía el
pegado a la
teléfono,
pared, número uno.
sí,
Número dos, cuando tenía dinero para tener cordless, sí, inalámbrico,
¿verdad?
era aplicable decir, oh no, es Vilma, toma,
Sí,
tú
sí,
hablas con Vilma. I'm like, why? I didn't even like Vilma, no whole day.
ni la conozco.
Ni la
That's the worst.
conozco.
Es lo peor también cuando ellos están hablando con
Oh,
un primo
mira,
hermano.
el médico me está llamando, toma, pero yo no estoy enferma.
¿Pero qué tiene que ver conmigo?
Exactly. O si no, te
Diles que
tenía que
estoy
llamar.
enfermo.
Oh,
Diles
mira,
tú.
tú hablas buen inglés. I said, yo nomás tengo 10 años. ¿Qué buen inglés sé yo? No,
Es,
pero tú puedes explicarme lo que el doctor me está diciendo.
y eso es algo que
Mira, yo ni tomo notas en la escuela. Yo tengo que tomar notas
yo
ahora.
apenas estoy
Oh,
pasando a la escuela y quieres que te tome
ok,
notas a ti.
espérate. ¿Qué usted dijo? Ella necesita beber más agua. Ok. Que toma la patilla, ¿cómo se escribe?
¿La
How you
cual?
write it?
Yeah.
Ok. What else?
No,
Eh,
y luego cuando lo llevas
stop.
al doctor.
No, my favorite, just the recommendations. Deja de comer puerco. Okay. It's like, okay. No more chuletas for you. Like,
No, nada de chicharrón tampoco.
no, I'm sorry. You're going to say?
Pero one of the things too, which is funny that you mentioned it, people outside of being bilingual don't realize the stress that a lot of us have as the younger part of the generation having to translate everything. Teniendo que llevar a tus abuelos, tu mamá, tu papá, cualquier persona a un doctor, ahora yo me tengo que hacer responsable para tu condición física. That's a lot for a person. Y más cuando empezamos chiquitos, doing the
Yeah.
translating. Pero más que nada, creo que lo que me cae mal.
No, like, for
Sí,
example, like, no, pero tienes razón. Porque, por ejemplo, para mí fue, la abuela le dijeron a la abuela, mira, no comas pollo frito, ni comas papa frita, qué sé yo
nada
cuánto. And then
frito.
when we left the office, I'm like,
Lo
abuela,
primero,
yo quiero 3 alitas con papa y un refresco. Está ahí mimito, no, 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 4.2. Está en especial, está a 3 pesos.
like, todavía ni terminamos con el doctor y ya estás pensando en lo que te dijo de que no deberías de comer. Come on,
No,
pero
exactly. Ese, bueno, no, usted no tiene la salud bien, soy yo que la tengo.
ya. O lo peor de todo, lo peor para mí, porque si
Ujú,
algo tengo es que no tengo mucha paciencia. No tengo mucha paciencia. Ya que tengo 30 años, que soy mayor, no tengo mucha paciencia. So, de vez en cuando todavía llevo mi abuela al doctor
ujú,
y, el doctor nos pregunta, oh, ¿cuánto tiempo tiene con este problema? Y le pregunto, abuela, ¿cuánto tiempo? Pues mira, el otro día le digo, no quiero tu historia entera. ¿Cuánto tiempo tienes con este problema? Pues déjame decirte, mira, es que el otro día le está diciendo a tu papá, mi hijo, me siento mal, ¿verdad? Y luego comí una chuletita y como que me hizo daño. Digo, vieja, ¿cuánto tiempo tienes con el dolor? Tengo como una semana. Es lo que quiero, nomás dime, contéstame lo que te estoy preguntando. ¿Para qué me estás diciendo lo que hiciste hace 3 meses y no tiene que ver nada con lo de ahorita? Why are we going through your entire life history right now?
no, mi favorito es. No, a ese es cuando te dicen, ¿cuántos años tienes tú? Oh, por ejemplo, yo tengo 41. Entonces, desde que tú estás como tienes 10, 11 años, que son de hace 30 años, yo tengo esta condición.
Yeah,
You were like 60. What the fuck?
you're right.
Sorry, excuse me. What the fluff? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Es like, y ahora que usted viene a preocuparse. Like,
Why are we dealing with this now?
like
Why
what?
does it matter? Ay, Dios.
How far did we fall off the slope before you
Yeah,
realize? La cosa está mala.
that's my
Me lo
favorite.
dice, te lo creo. ¿Cuál es?
Yeah, like mi abuelo
No,
el
no,
otro
no, I
día.
have to tell you. Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, another bilingual person will understand it. There again. There's a lot of stuff that you're just like, you've never gone through that. Really? You sure about that?
It's interesting. It's interesting to see how the different experiences are for people. More Americanized Caucasian people, it's like, oh, I was diagnosed with X, Y, and Z, leukemia, cancer, and they're very open about their struggles and their journey, what they're
Yes.
going through, what that
Yes.
looks like. But un Latino will never tell you what the doctor told him. Like, hey, no les digas a nadie. Like, why? Like, no quiero que se preocupen. Or no, ay, qué pena. ¿Pena de qué? It's not like you chose to get cancer. It's not like you chose this. Like, pena de cuál cosa. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I know, pero ¿qué va a decir la gente? Mami, pero who gives a shit about la gente? Sorry, who cares
Who
about
gives
la
a
gente? Who gives a about la gente? But again, that goes
Exactly.
back to nunca pongas la familia en mal. And like, God forbid that you're human and you get sick or you
Hmm.
hurt yourself. Like, you cannot show any kind of weakness. Um,
Hmm.
and that's one of the big things that I struggled with for a long time.
Hmm.
Pero now growing up in this new generation and having a son of my own, I was like, I don't want him to go through what I went through. I don't want him to feel like he has to repress his emotions or to feel like he can't express himself. So like if he cries, I let him cry and I let him talk to me about what he's crying about. He's little, but he understands. And and sometimes it's like, hey, ¿por qué lloras? Like, I don't know. It's like, that's okay. You're frustrated. I get it. Let's take some time and let's figure it out. But before when we used to cry, ¿pa qué lloras? ¿Quieres que te dé una razón para llorar? Verás, vas a llorar de verdad. Like,
Basically,
like,
yes.
and that's now why we're so detached. That's why now, like, we watch our older family members, and it's like, I don't care what you're going through because, like, you didn't care what I was going through, fam. So it's very interesting to see that dynamic. But part of the reason why I do Latinos Against Spooky-ish, I remember this time, uh,
Spooky-ish. Yes.
is because in some way, shape, or form, I'm trying to find humor in a lot of the things that we didn't find funny then. I'm trying to find humor
Exactly.
in a lot of things that can be traumatic, but I want people to understand that, hey, I promise you, as isolated as we felt, you weren't going through that alone. You weren't dealing with this solo. Some way, shape, or form, todos nosotros went through the exact same things. And it's okay to talk about them now. And it's okay for us to make fun of it because we have to. If you can't laugh at something, I truly don't think you can heal from it. So,
No, absolutely not. It's true. You have to be able to laugh at yourself, even if you're like scared.
100%.
And honestly, circling back to what you said about, like, for example, I don't know for some reason why European Anglo Saxons or, white Americans, for the lack of a better word, why is it that when they come out and say, I have XYZ, condition, all of a sudden, hi, tell me more, Chad. Oh, it's so tough for you. You're so cute. Oh my gosh, you have such a great six pack. But you have what again?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Chad, you have ADHD. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're so brave, Chad. But then Pedro, who has a barriga and, has wife and kids and is stressed out and works a bullshit job, says, oh, I have ADHD, man. It's tough. Sometimes I zone out when people talk to me, but I remember to listen to for instructions, especially if it's related to my job. Después de eso, I don't know.
Right. Pero es flojo o es
Yeah,
burro o cualquier cosa. So it's funny how that stigma, or even to broaden the spectrum a little bit more, like you said, oh my God, Chad, like you're so brave for fighting cancer.
exactly.
Pero si fulanita de tal has cancer, like, oh my God, like what a burden on the healthcare system, and we have to pay out of it in our taxes. So it's like, okay, so
Exactly.
it's only convenient and it's only brave if they look like you, but if it's another human being that
Exactly.
came from somewhere
Exactly.
else, now it's a burden.
Even in
Um,
social media, too. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
you'll have people that love what you do, and you'll have people that dislike what you do.
absolutely. And I went into this knowing that. I went into this knowing very well that people were going to be upset about a few things, and I have gotten a couple people that are like, really bro, like you're making fun of these things and like you're using this as humor and you're setting us back. And I'm like, but I'm not setting us back. I'm not saying, never have my jokes been like, oh, we're
Mhm.
hopping the border and we're immigrants working a field. That's never been my humor. My humor has been things that we've all lived. um that's that there's a difference between using stereotypes and using real life experience. I'm using real life experience.
Hold on. There's a funny one here. This is
¿A
one of
quién
my
le dice
favorites.
sola, hija?
Example.
¿A quién le dice sola? Hola, niña, hijo.
Hola, buenas tardes. Listen, if you go into a Hispanic household and there isn't already a light on that they left, then I can't trust that, okay? Like the kitchen light wasn't on. Everybody knows that the light you leave on when you leave. So clearly you're just inviting los spookies, and I'm not comfortable with that anymore, okay? So I'm gonna just go get some Jack in the Box or something. But anyways, Representative Latinos Against Spooky Shit. Mira, I know that everybody says que el amor de una madre no tiene fin. The love of a mother has no end. But you just proved that it does. And that draws a hard line at seeing spooky stuff because you just left your daughter behind. Te valió madre. You didn't care. You're like, ¿sabes qué, mija? Dios te bendiga. You're going to figure this out on your own. You got yourself in this situation. I'm going to survive and I'm going to make another baby. But my recommendation for this, if we're going to keep the child, we're going to have to clean the whole house. A full cleanse, right? So we're going to get fabuloso. We're going to get pine sol, pinasol. We're going to
Yeah,
get some
son.
majax. We're going to make una salsa de molcajete because that way all of the spicy fumes are going to get in the air and el espíritu is going to be like, ay Dios, I can't see, no puedo ver, me está dando una grura. You're right. And then we're going to move the spooky right out. Okay. And if we need to, we're going to have to baptize her again in a tub of Vicks, some Yodex, Vaselina. Okay. And then sprinkle a little bit, just a little bit of fabuloso on her just to make sure that she smells good afterwards. So, Dios los bendiga, best of luck. Take care of yourselves. Remember, if you heard it, no, you didn't. She's way too comfortable in the dark.
That's that one. But wait, there's more.
Yeah. There's always more.
This one, I was just like, no, you've got to be kidding me. This is a good one too. I Here you go.
Cheese. Cheese. What you doing? What you see? What? What do you see? to? Who are you saying hi to? Dude, you need to stop that. You're freaking me out. Come on.
Hola, buenas tardes. Listen, I used to see like spooky videos and everything pop up, and I'm like, what, you just happened to be recording at the right time and something showed up? But the more I do this, the more I realize that the spookies don't give a shit what we're doing. They're just going to show up like a no-knock warrant, okay? So thanks for that lesson. But anyway, representatives, Latinos against spooky shit. And mira, you shouldn't have gone in and investigated. I understand wanting to keep your child safe. I totally agree with that. But from here on out, we're going to be cleaning his glasses con un poquito fabuloso. That way, he's not going to be able to see any spookies through the lens. And my recommendation as well for your room, that fan, we're going to tie some string to the blades. We're going to tie some chanclas to it. We're going to slather those in Vicks as well. That way, when you go to sleep at night, turn it on. They'll spin around, create a little aura of protection around you, okay? And the spooky's going to try to come close, and then pop, pop, pop. They're just going to keep getting hit by las chanclas. You're going to have your brown Jesus candle nearby. And then, of course, you're going to have your little spritzer bottle of Fabuloso with some tequila in there. You can just spray away all your problems, okay? So Dios los bendiga, best of luck. Take care of yourselves. If you heard it, no, you didn't.
Oh goodness. So the tagline that you have, if you heard it, no you didn't, or if you didn't see it, no you didn't. How did that come about?
It was
To add to the
it was one of my original videos, and it was
Mhm.
it was like the third or fourth video. I can't remember when it really came up
Mhm.
with it, but I came up with that because, like, if you heard something, no, you didn't. Pretend you didn't hear anything, and that's what we would do, at least in my household, right? Like,
Mhm.
I had my primos over, and we were sleeping in the middle of the night. Hey, ¿qué fue ese ruido? Not my problem. That's what it was. Everybody would just go right back to bed. Not a single one of us would get up. We'd acknowledge it first, like, "Hey, ¿oíste eso?" Nah, dude, nah, bro, go back to bed, and everybody
Que
will go
no
right back to
conmigo.
sleep. Conmigo, no. And so it was that became just part of the staple of if you heard it, no, you didn't. Because I truly believe we are better off just not investigating and just leaving things be as they are. But we are too curious as people, just as
Mhm.
humans, not even people of certain cultures. So just leave it alone.
It's true. It's true. We are very curious people. I'm not gonna lie. All right.
Chismosos,
So
let's call it.
chismosas. I don't want to get in trouble with my people. You shouldn't get in trouble with your people. All right. So I'm gonna write down the following. It might look backwards, just gonna tell you from now. Okay, so this person, what is your solution? It says here,
La
La
Llorona.
Llorona.
Okay. Well, if I see La Llorona, first of all, I'm already outside, which is a big no-no because it's the middle of the night. I already made a mistake. My recommendation for that one, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna put a little bit of Vicks underneath my eyes. That way, I have to keep them closed so it doesn't burn, and I'm gonna just go straight to sleep. That way, I can't see it. I don't have to deal with it. That's somebody
Well,
else's problem.
basically, you'll have the clearest sinuses you've ever
I
had in
will
your
have the
life.
clearest sinuses and the best sleep ever because I'm not going to be able to open up my eyes. You know, me van a llorar because of the spicy from the Vicks. That way, I can just go straight to sleep.
Okay, how about this one? I probably misspelled it. A chupacabra.
El chupacabra. Fun fact about el chupacabra. I don't know if you know this. That one originated in Puerto Rico originally.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. The original sightings were Puerto Rican, not Mexican. I don't know how he made it off that island, but he's ours now, so we're taking him.
He's not
Pero
on an airplane.
he's
It's not kind of airplane
he shipped
attached
himself con
himself
uno de
to
los
somebody.
plátanos, bro.
Hijo, me voy.
Me
Bye.
voy. Oh, muchacho, pero yo me voy de aquí. Bye.
Yo tengo que viajar, sorry. Yo tengo otros continentes para azotar.
But chupacabra, like his name says, chupacabra. He's gonna eat your goats. Not if they're slathered in Vicks and you put a little bit of fabuloso around them. So he's not gonna taste very good to them. You got to take
This
care
is
of him. You
very
got to give
true.
him some baths. You got to dip him. You got to baptize him, and then that way, you're good.
All right, this is a more Americanized one.
A ver, ¿cuál?
Chucky.
El Chucky.
El Chucky.
Qué interesante. Pero like any small child that misbehaves, con la chancla, bro. Like la chancla will take any spirit out of anything, okay? So you're just gonna beat that thing with la chancla, put a little bit of Vicks on it for some extra oomph, and then hopefully el espíritu flies right out of his little red head.
Oh Jesus, that's a good one. I like this one. Oh,
Listen, if La Chancla could fix my attitude, it can fix a possessed doll. Okay. Like,
all right. Here we go. El cuco.
¿qué es el cuco? ¿Quién es
El
cuco?
cuco. El cuco.
What's? I don't know that one.
Really? Okay. So
El
el cuco
cuco.
for us is like the boogeyman in DR times.
Oh, el
Be-
cucuy.
Well, cucuy, but we call it el cuco.
Okay, nosotros le decimos el cucuy.
Oh, cucuy. Go ahead.
Ah, so it's the same thing. Oh, interesting. I learned something today.
So there you go.
El cucuy, mira, el cucuy vive en lo oscuro. He lives in the dark, right? So you're gonna have to have your kitchen light on. That stays on. The little light that's over your stove, that's 24/7. That should never go out, first of all. Second of all, you're gonna put some Vicks on all your door handles. So that way, if he tries to grab it, it's too slippery and he can't get inside your room. You shouldn't be sleeping with an open door. No Latino sleeps with an open door. Closed all the time. Okay. And then again, if you have a fan, you're going to put those chanclas on it. It's going to spin around. Si no, you're going to keep one under your pillow. If anybody wakes you up, cucuy, child, parent, husband, chanclazo right across the face. Doesn't matter. If you're dumb enough to wake me up at 3 a.m, you're dumb enough to get hit with a chancla.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is a good one. All right, here we go. Freddy Cougar.
Freddy Krueger. Ooh, mira. Freddy Krueger gets you in your sleep, right? And you know
Yeah.
you have your most crazy dreams after some tequilazos. So you're going to have some tequila. You're going to go to bed. He's not going to be able to know what's up or what's down. Are you in his dream? Is he in your dream? You don't know, dude. And then you're just going to dream of the biggest chancla in the world and you're going to beat the crap out of him with it. He's locked in there with you. You're not locked in there with him.
Uh-oh. um, oh, this is a good one. Last but not least, of course, this one. I'm gonna fix these. Hold on. Jason Voorhees.
Good old Jason Voorhees. For those of you who don't know Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th, he comes from the lakes. As you know, Latinos, we're not going to go in the middle of an ocean. We're not going to go in the middle of a lake. If I can't touch the bottom with my feet, I don't want to deal with it. So we're going to put in the lake, we're going to go ahead and throw some menudo in there. That way, it's going to be too spicy for him. I know he doesn't have the proper guts for it. It's going to get him indigestion. He's not going to be able to come back up. And then just wait for him at the surface with the chancla. Every time he tries to come up, just beat him back down. Or the wooden spoon. The wooden spoon does more damage than a chancla. However, only a grandma can wield a wooden spoon properly. So you're going to have to get your abuela out there somehow.
Well, I could also offer you could put a block of camphor, put it in the spicy hot stuff.
There you go.
Make sure you put some tequila, burn it, and just be like, here you go.
So now we're making a Hispanic Molotov cocktail. See, I love this. Look at you. That's all you need. You just need a little ingenuity and a little bit of fear, and you're willing to overcome.
Just a bit. Just a little bit.
bit.
So, okay. Out of all the scary movies you've seen in your lifetime, which one has made an impression on you?
Signs. Mel
Really?
Gibson Signs.
Why?
And right, like out of all the movies, Signs, right? Because I was young. And there's the one scene that always sticks in my mind that freaked me out so much as a kid. Watching it as an adult now, it looks like shit. It looks like ish. It looks like it looks horrible, bad quality. But as a child, I was terrified. It's the birthday scene in Signs. The news people are talking about how they just received a video from a birthday party in Mexico, funny enough. And they have footage of the alien. And so it's a home video. And like there's kids everywhere. They're inside the house. And you can hear them like, mira, está allá, está en la calle, whatever. And like the camera pans and the camera's looking down an alley. And then the alien walks across the alley and looks at the camera before disappearing out of sight. Scared me to death as a kid. It's just one of those moments that terrified me so much. Because up to that point in the movie, we hadn't seen the aliens. We'd heard about them, but we hadn't seen anything. That was the first time we saw it. And it was just shocking the way that it appeared. So that's probably the scariest movie that I can think of yeah, because and that's my thing too. I got to tell people this right now as a disclaimer. Latinos Against Spooky-ish isn't about, I don't think spooky things should exist, because spooky things exist all the time, right? We've got people that are curanderos, people that, are clairvoyant, people that pray, that do limpias. They are a vital part of our culture. I'm not saying they shouldn't exist. I'm saying we shouldn't mess with things that we don't know about. I'm not a curandero, so I'm not about to try to fix any of you. I
Oh
don't
no,
read.
no, no.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm going to open up something that I shouldn't open up. That's what
Yeah.
Latinos Against Spooky Stuff really represents, is us not messing with things that we don't understand. I love scary movies, but it's very hard for scary movies nowadays to be scary. I haven't really,
Gory, yes. Gory, yeah, they could
but
be
gory and
gory.
scary are two very different things.
No, absolutely, no, no,
I don't want
absolutely
gory.
agree.
Because
Yeah.
if I want gory, then I just have to like turn on the news and see which school's on the, but if I want, sorry, hot take. But if I want scary, like legitimately scary, very few movies are actually like terrifying to that point.
Hmm.
I think maybe Paranormal
Well,
Activity. Those used to be kind of scary because like that could happen, and they used to say that it was based on true events.
hmm,
They're not. Now that I know that, they're not scary. But Passion of the
hmm.
Christ, maybe, I don't know.
Let's see. For me, for my first scary movie that I
Hmm.
saw, and I couldn't see it for years. And then, funny thing is, when I went to
Interesting.
college, what did I study? Film production. And
Naturally,
what did they show us? They showed us the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
really,
And the funny part was is that they're like, listen, we're gonna teach you the tricks of how to make a scary movie.
that's fair.
Dear God, why? That was my reaction. It's like, por Dios, ¿por qué?
Yeah.
I'm Latina. Do I really need to be making scary movies? It's like my love life is a scary thing as is.
Ouch. Too real. Too real.
You know what I mean? It's like,
But scary.
have you seen the idiots on the block as soon as I leave this college?
Oh,
Okay then.
but so why did you find Texas Chainsaw Massacre so scary?
Huh?
Why
No,
did you
Texas
find
Chain. No, I didn't find it scary. That wasn't my scary movie. My scary movie was Nightmare on Elm Street, the first
really?
one.
Why did you find that one scary?
No, no, no. The one scene that messed me up
Which one?
was the scene with poor Johnny Depp in the
Okay,
waterbed being
that's fair.
dragged through, and
Through
then
it.
all of a
Okay,
sudden, la sangre.
yeah, that's fair.
I was like, he's so cute. What the? Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
That's just so wrong. Oh, and then the other one was the girl who got turned into a cockroach. That she was like working out,
yeah.
and then all of a
Okay.
sudden she turned into a water bug, and then like she was in one of those glue traps,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and then Freddie put his like claw through
His
and
nail
se la
through it,
comió. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. I didn't like cucarachas before because they
and then
fly
you
in
definitely
VR,
didn't.
and here in New York they don't fly. Thank God. Until recently, I saw a flying cockroach, and I was
They
like,
learned.
oh. It's like, where did you travel from? I know where, but why are you here?
Primo,
I
like
said, damn you, el niño, el niña, whatever the freak,
just brought a bunch
you know,
of cucarachas with
whatever
it.
earth, whatever like weather systems that are occurring at this point in time is like, okay, I saw, okay, good, yeah.
If
So that
if
scene
s-
freaked me out.
if spiders ever learn to fly, that's probably when I'm gonna check out.
Yeah.
That's
And then
that's my
like,
limit.
there was like cheesy ones for me where like like when I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre after learning, oh listen, it's purposely done. The person's a cameraman's on the dolly,
The
and he's
angles,
being
the
pulled
the every,
back,
yeah,
and then the person is walking slow and ominous, but the camera's pulling back,
yeah,
and
building suspension and
it's just to
yeah.
create suspense and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But we know goodwill, that's not going to happen. They're not going to get the person.
Right.
And then the whole thing is that's grenadine syrup mixed in with like other stuff to make it the blood look this way.
No.
And there's certain shots you can count the shots before the killer's going to show up. It's wide, medium, extreme close up, wide again, play the music, extreme close up, medium close up. There you go, there's the killer.
There you go. Ta-da.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
we
so
just ruined it for you guys. You're welcome.
So then, when I was watching Chainsaw Mask, at the end when Leatherface is chasing the girl and she's on the like back of the pickup truck, he's like, "Are you okay?" Professor goes, "That's really loud laughter." I'm sorry, I'm laughing in Spanish.
I'm laughing in
Mira
Spanish.
la boba de que asusta. ¿Para qué tú te asustas? Moca muerta. Cállate. Ay, you're on the back of a pickup truck and it's supposedly driving fast.
You're
Okay,
fine. You're
you'll be
safe.
fine. Babosa, concho, cualquier te da una
But all my
galleta.
friends are dead. ¿Para qué fuiste? ¿Para
Exactly.
qué? This is your
Why
fault.
did you agree to go along? ¿Pa qué? No one said, hey, whatever the heck your name is, ven pa' acá.
Yeah, I don't even
And
remember
if they
their
did,
names.
estúpida tú que fuiste. Who told you to go?
That's my
Hello.
thing. Yeah. People end up getting murdered in movies, and then they cry at the end like they're not the ones that caused everything. Like,
Mm-hmm. You just look at them like, I
no, yeah. Like there's this one movie, and I'll always remember the first like 10 minutes of this movie. Wrong Turn,
Right.
and they're driving, and they're on the highway at first. They're on a regular highway. They're going to like some concert or something supposedly, and then the thing tells them to like turn off the highway, and then everything goes wrong from there. But I'm like, mijo, if you're on your way to a major metropolitan city, why would you get off the highway and then get surprised at all the things that go wrong? Stay on the highway. Why? This is the dumbest thing in the world. They're like, we drove into the middle of the woods and now we're getting murdered. Yes, because that's what happens when you get off the highway. There was no good reason.
Exactly. Or like my favorite are like some standard characters with the tropes, like the pretty hitchhiker. I'm like, yeah. Has your parents never taught you to give rides to strangers, no matter how cute they look?
I wouldn't even pick up my own family if I saw them on the side of the street, honestly.
It's like, Tia Gina?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was you. Okay, te veo.
Yeah. Somebody coming? Okay. All right. Good luck with that. I'll see you at home. We live together and I'm still not picking her up.
Exactly. It's like we have a 3-bedroom. She shares the middle room.
Yeah. Like, you need a ride? Okay. Well, you let me know if you find one. Okay. All right.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, you know what? Here's the Uber. Call Uber.
I can Uber for you, but I ain't picking you up.
Exactly. It's like you give me 5 minutes. Espérate.
You tell what? I'll even wait here till they pick you up, but you're not getting in my car.
Basically. Pero mijo, we live together. No, no me importa.
That don't matter. I don't know what kind of day you've had.
No me importa.
You remember when you made me walk because I asked for McDonald's?
Exactly. See,
payback.
you thought your trauma wasn't gonna come back to haunt you. Toma.
Now I got McDonald's money.
Exactly. Toma tu karma y tu trama.
Boom.
Papa.
Incredible.
Well, thank you so much, Jonathan, for your time and for
Thank
this
you.
great conversation.